The sports world, what are we watching these days?
There's nothing on. I officially just canceled YouTube TV.
No
Also, I
way.
just
That's
canceled
a big
it.
one.
Well, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't just turn on. I don't need CNN on. Guess what? I have Max. I can turn on live TV there.
Are you really
Oh,
watching live CNN on Max? You
I'm
really
not.
logging the hours, sir?
I have Disney Plus. Guess what? I get live sports with ESPN Plus. So I
But
have
wait,
like
not everything is on ESPN Plus. Like a lot of BS sports are on ESPN Plus. The good stuff, like NBA Finals, won't be.
sure, but that's ABC, which is free over the air. So I just have to plug in an antenna.
You know what's interesting about over the air? No one understands that those four channels are free. Like anyone you ask, they would never
Yeah.
understand that.
They are free, very easy to get. You just get an antenna, or I think even some like I would say like doesn't Freevee or like YouTube's. I feel like I also have Peacock, so I have NBC on there.
That's a
So
good call.
I feel like with all these like apps I'm paying over $100 for every month, I have enough live content to cover me. Why do I need YouTube TV anymore? I don't. Get rid of it. It's gone until at least football season, but I might just get the package to watch it on YouTube instead of YouTube TV next season.
Mike, I was thinking the same thing. Do I cancel YouTube TV in the NFL offseason? The Masters
Yes.
are coming, March Madness is coming, NBA playoffs. I guess you can watch the TNT games on Max, but you're not going to get any of the ESPN ABC.
But
I guess
they'll all be
ABC
on
you will.
ABC.
Not ESPN games. Those you'll be missing out on.
But I have ESPN Plus Disney Plus and Hulu
I think
combo.
they still want you to have ESPN,
Shut the
which
fuck
is crazy.
If I'm paying for ESPN Plus and Disney Plus combo with Hulu and they don't give me an ESPN live game, I'm going to be pissed.
You will be pissed. This is how they value prop their whole thing. This is how
No
it is,
way.
and people need to have cable to watch ESPN. But
Then
we'll
I'm not
see.
watching that game. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
worried about you. Like, if you get like a Lakers Nuggets game 7 ESPN game, like you might be screwed. You might be going over to mutual friends'
I
house
will
to watch.
I'll test it out and see if it works. I mean, I know there's some websites that you can, stream these things from. I'm just saying.
We don't condone that.
But I just think overall, I have enough. Why do I need YouTube TV? It is cancel YouTube TV season. There's no sports on. What channel are the Masters on? Isn't that on NBC?
CBS? You got Paramount Plus? You pay for that?
I'm a Paramount Plus guy too.
Star Trek guy over there?
I'm a big Trekkie. Honestly, if you have not got Paramount Plus, you get Showtime included. You can watch all the new prequel Dexter shows, the new show that's just coming out.
Yeah.
You can catch up on Dexter, also on Netflix if you want to do that. I'm binging right now with Erin, making her watch Dexter. Great. It's great rewatch.
One of your favorite shows of all time.
One of my favorite shows. And I don't know what to call it. It's not a sequel, but a continuation of Dexter starting in the next few months with the original cast of Dexter is coming. I don't work for Paramount.
Wait, that was a Showtime show, Mike. Are you saying they finally merged Showtime with Paramount Plus?
They did. You pay one cost, you get Showtime
Wow,
with
what a
Paramount.
thing. That's a huge move.
Who would have thought that's all you needed to do because no one wanted to pay for CBS. So now you get that. You get all the Trekkie shows. There's also Landman, which is a solid show made by the guy that made 1923 and Yellowstone. He's slinging shows left and right. Great content on Paramount Plus. I would say Paramount Plus, they don't put out a lot, but they put out good stuff.
Careful what you say about Paramount Plus. They're not the best P streaming service out there.
They're not the best P streaming service. But Paramount Plus I integrated in with my Apple TV Plus Home.
Right,
So I don't have the app. I just have it within Apple TV. So it just kind of makes it easier for me.
Okay. We're going to
Yeah.
check in NBA, NHL playoffs and see if you're hanging in there.
I'll let you know if I'm able to watch anything this spring.
Speaking of basketball and hockey, those are the two sports we have to talk about right now. NFL
all
free
we got.
agency is still a little ways away, but those are the two things I wanted to bring up. Tell me why USA Canada mattered so much. I was on a plane last Thursday night.
Yeah.
I was watching my own movies on the plane TV, and everyone in every row had the hockey game on. I'm like,
great.
You're not all hockey fans. What are you doing?
Jeremy, I think the hockey fever took over. People realized they wanted somebody to care about their sport. And I think that's the thing we've been missing. No one cares. And I was watching PK Subban on ESPN all over the place screaming at everybody. It's hockey players care. They want to fight. They have passion. NBA players, every other week, they're on a new team. No one cares. Who cares? KD, he could have been the all-time greatest ex-player, Seattle Sonics, Thunder, Oklahoma Thunder player.
He's
Instead,
withering away.
instead, he went to 25 different teams,
I know.
and no one cares. LeBron's all over the place. Like, I remember when LeBron came to LA, he won, or not won. He got like the scoring title or something. He like broke it on like his first month as a Laker.
Yeah.
It's like, are we supposed to care as Laker fans? Like, just because you came here and broke it doesn't mean we should love you for that? No. So I think it's just a lot more
All that
passion.
is to say the NHL does not have better ratings than the NBA. It's just that this one event, USA Canada,
Yes.
like this made me think, Mike, should we abolish the NHL standings and the divisions and just have countries competing all year
That'd be
long?
great. No, but I think it was just something that they tried. It worked, and now they got it for the next whatever in 3 years they can play it again. But I think also kind of like let people know, like, hey, hockey's around. Playoff hockey is some of the best hockey you'll ever watch. Regular season hockey, not as good, but it's still fun to watch. You know, it's great hockey. I mean, playoff hockey is some of the best. You get that same passion every single night, and I'm excited for it. USA Canada thing was just something that happened. We tried stuff, you know, and it worked.
Well, the NBA can learn from that. Obviously,
Yeah.
replacing an All-Star game with something like this was a huge win for the NHL. This was their replacement. There's no All-Star game on top of this, right?
That's it.
That's
all
it.
there
So
is.
it's like they bailed on it. The NBA,
Yeah.
like you talked about last week, you said the same thing. They need to make it country versus country plus the one-on-one idea. Those two, I
One-on-one.
think, is the way to do it.
The Royal Rumble. Just do a survivor pool.
It's crazy. So NBA, I want to talk about. By the way, who won the
Yeah.
NHL match? Who won the final?
Canada.
Yeah, because they've dominated our ass for years, and people should
I
have
know.
known.
Well,
that.
you know, they're fighting for the 51st state, so they survived that. This,
So now
this
they
round of
stay.
it.
They stay as a country.
They stay Canada for right now.
For one
Yeah.
year at least. And by the way, the Olympics next year, that's when all this is coming back. The NHL players are back in the Olympics. We're only 1 year away. I'm already freaking out. Like next February is a big month of Olympics plus NBA All-Star game. All at
And
once.
Jeremy, I hear the NHL draft is coming out here. I'm hoping to get some tickets from somebody that might work in the NBC realm because it's at the Peacock Theater out here.
Really interesting. My brother has free tickets for Barclays Center, and he said the NBA draft is going to be there. And he goes, "Should I go?" And I was like, "No, that seems so terrible." But tell me why you want to go to an event where there's no sport being played and they just call names in a microphone.
I've never been to a draft. I would just like to go to one draft. And it's even weirder because none of the teams are there. They'll all be virtual.
That's what I
And
saw.
only the prospects will be at the Peacock Theater in LA Live, that little arena area.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they just redid. It's all now a driverless zone. So you can actually walk from the arena over to the other side of the plaza without like avoiding cars. So
That
it's
should have always
official.
been that way. Crazy.
Well, they blocked cars off, but had a road in between. So it took them like a year to move the pavement about, a quarter an inch up. So it's all smooth.
LA things right there.
Yeah.
Also, if you'll
Yeah.
go check out LA Live, the Peacock Theater, all the Lakers statues are right outside of crypto.com, and that's always cool to see. Shaq. I think there's a new Kobe statue, Magic Johnson. Those are nice.
Yeah. So hopefully I would like to go to one draft, and maybe next year we'll do something.
We'll see about that. All right, let's talk about the Lakers. Good transition
about
there.
give me the Lakers.
The Lakers beat the Nuggets. They beat Jokic's ass the other night. Denver, buddy, Blake, sorry about you. So the Lakers are looking good. I want to mention the Western Conference Finals. The odds on DraftKings for the team to come out of the West, the Lakers are now third at plus 750, right next to the Nuggets at plus 600. The Lakers are surging with Luka and LeBron. My question for you is, will you right now say they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals or they won't make it that far?
Jeremy, why not? They just got the best player. Everybody was shocked about it. And now you're playing with, maybe LeBron is not in his perfect shape as he was 10 years ago, but he still got the mindset. He knows how to play basketball. Why can't we say they're going back? This is it. Just like I said it right when it came. It's just like they're gonna go win it. Like they have to win it right now.
Mike, we've done so many podcasts about the Lakers not being good enough, LeBron being too
I know.
old, the Lakers not building around him, not giving him a superstar, not being able to win in the playoffs, and now you're saying Luka changes all that. Maybe I'm on board with it. I just want to pump the brakes just a little bit, I think.
So you're not gonna place the bet. I think it's like 20-1 right now for them to win the title.
This is to win the West. They'll
Yeah.
probably win the whole finals because the East sucks so much. But plus 750 to win the West. It's Thunder at plus 100, Nuggets plus 600, Lakers plus 70. I don't think I'm betting on the Lakers there at that number.
You don't think you're betting on it? What?
Are you?
Why not?
You are.
I would. What? I'm gonna look. My account, my offshore account, is not as good as some of the DraftKings. So we don't have legal gambling.
I mean, the
here.
Thunder are really good. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, another Canadian. They're dominating Americans lately. He'll probably win just like Canada hockey won.
But you also have to think that they haven't been there before. LeBron's been there. this is it. He's gonna. Oh, here, wait. I had make the. We want to make the playoffs or
Western
conference
Western Finals.
championships.
Oh,
I
we're making the
got
playoffs.
Lakers at plus 720, and then Lakers to win the championship. They are. Where are they? I see. Oh, 15 to 1 on mine.
I mean, if you believe they just got the best player and they're now about
I'm
to
gonna
go on
place it
a
right now.
run and they're really better than the Nuggets, place a live bet, Mike. Go ahead.
I'm placing a live bet right now.
Mike is putting
$25 to win.
$5,000.
$25 to win 393 for the Lakers
I
to win
like
the
that.
championship. The only other teams above them are the Cavs, Nuggets, Thunder, and the Celtics.
The Celtics are also really good. The Cavs are falling off a little bit. The Knicks aren't that good. Bucks and Giannis, no, I don't like that. So there's only like six
So,
teams that can
Jeremy,
actually win.
just
Yeah.
jump on board. You got nothing else to do this spring. It's freezing cold up by you. All you do is watch, sports, some random sports on TV when
Late
it
at
snows
night.
outside. You're late at night. You got nothing. Very late at night because
Very
you're on the
late.
East Coast now.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy, you got to become the basketball savant here for me and just
Yeah.
follow along for the next. When are the playoffs? They start in like May, right?
April.
April.
April. It's coming. It's coming soon. Less than 2 months to the playoffs.
We're almost
So
here.
We're locking in. I'm just worried about you. No YouTube TV. I'll give you the rundown every time.
Give me the rundown. Yeah.
One
So
more NBA
I love it.
topic. Can I do one more NBA?
Yeah,
story
why
here?
not? I got a little bit of NFL stuff we can talk about.
Okay, we'll get to NFL in a second. NBA, this one's a sad one, not like the Lakers story. Wemby, blood clot in his arm. This is sad stuff because tall people really don't make it very long term healthy. We've seen it in the NBA over time. These big men, they break down because their bodies are
Yeah.
too damn big. Wemby's like 7'7". He's not even like an average
huge.
7-footer.
Yeah.
He's 7'7", blood clot in the arm. He obviously has arms 3 times the size of normal people, so it's like a thing
Yeah.
about tall people. Hopefully he recovers from this. Chris Bosh had to retire from the NBA. I'm just saying Wemby's like one of the faces, up and coming guys. This is depressing if this is a long term issue.
Well, they were showing that what like the last like 5 to 10 years or something, like all the MVPs have been foreigners, and this is Wemby's from France,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you're a giant guy like that, your heart is meant for like normal sized people, so I don't think it expands on anything. So we'll see. I don't know how bad a blood clot is. Maybe it's like genetic that he has a blood clot. 'Cause some people just get blood clots.
It happens. Some players
Yeah.
have come back from it, but it scared me when I learned more about Chris Bosh had to retire from the NBA due to blood clots.
Because it was that bad.
It was that bad. He had to be on blood thinners the rest of his life,
Damn.
at risk for like getting to his heart, breaking off and getting to his heart. It can be serious. I applaud the Spurs for shutting him down. They're right on the cusp of the playoffs. They just made a trade, so it's kind of a bummer for them that they were like
Yeah.
about to surge and they're going to be done for the year. If he comes back next year and he's fine, it's okay. He's like 23 next year.
Yeah.
Like he's got a long career. I'm just sounding the alarm. Like big man
Okay.
Greg Oden over time, it never works out.
Yeah, the big guys are weird. I mean, they're like genetic monsters in a way, right? It's just like we're not meant to be this big. So
Enjoy it while they can.
yeah, I guess so. All right, I literally have 3 things for the NFL we can just hit before the draft is whatever. You'll put out a list of people you like.
Of course. It's Combine Week. That's why you're talking about this.
Yeah, Combine Week. I've seen some footage of it. Nothing stands out so far, right? You haven't seen anything like that crazy, like
No one,
40-yard
they haven't started yet. They start
Okay.
tomorrow on Tuesday.
Okay.
So yeah. We'll
Okay.
start
I was
to
gonna
see,
say,
guys in underwear running 40-yard dashes.
Yeah. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yes.
Stafford wants $50 million if he gets traded somewhere. Thoughts on that? Does he deserve it? Should he just retire?
Why are McVay and Stafford having a divorce? I feel like they work well together. They went to a Super Bowl. They nearly beat the Eagles in the playoffs. Do you remember the Rams were driving in
Yeah.
Philadelphia a few weeks ago, ready to like go to the Super Bowl instead of the Eagles?
I think McVay, I think he's a smart guy. I think it's like negotiation time. He's like, Stafford, we love you, but we can get some value for you and we can ship you out. You can go get paid more money. We get a better draft pick. It's a win-win situation, and give him something. Get a new quarterback. They love Jimmy Garoppolo, which is terrifying because Jimmy Garoppolo, we've seen, not that great. So
I do trust McVay. If he's got a guy who's going to make a lot less money than Stafford, and to your
Yeah.
point, if you can get a draft pick and get out of a huge salary, go spend money on the defense. They're trading Cooper Cup. Maybe bring in like a receiver like T. Higgins, someone legit out there to help Puka. Like whatever it is, maybe you don't need to spend money at the QB position. I like that idea. The concerning thing, Mike, is
Yeah.
recently I've seen Stafford linked to the New York Giants. That man, Matthew Stafford, you've been through enough with the Lions. You saw what a dark franchise was
I know.
like. And the deep DDP, as I like to say, deep dark place.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
there in
deep dark,
Detroit.
yeah,
He'll be
it's not a
back
good
in
place.
New York Giants. That's what it's like in the winter. He shouldn't go there. Is my point. That man should retire before he goes anywhere near the Giants.
But I do think like the Giants and who else? Well, there's the Browns, there's the Raiders, there's all these teams. It could be a good, like a stable ground for like 2 to 3 years while they look for somebody else and get some other draft picks if they don't have to trade away their first overall draft pick, which I don't think a lot of teams want to do for Stafford because
Right.
Stafford's got a few years left in him. Maybe not even a few years, maybe just like a 2-year deal.
I thought he was
But
done kind of recently, but
I
he's really
know.
had a resurgence more lately. The offense has been clicking.
Yeah, I feel like he's pretty decent. So it'd be pretty good for a team that really needs a quarterback, but who knows? The other thing I saw was Cousins to the Browns or Russ to the Giants. I don't know. Listen, it's a weird time for quarterback marketplace. I don't know why people want Russ anymore. If Pittsburgh's moving on, and I thought he was like the better of the two with Justin Fields and then Cousins to the Browns, I don't think Cousins will ever be the same after that ACL surgery. So too
He might not
bad
ever be the
choices.
same, but he might be like serviceable, right? He might be a top 32 quarterback in the world this year still.
I don't. You think?
I think he's in the top 30. I think he's going to start. How about that? Cousins will start
Well,
somewhere
he would
next year.
definitely start, but is it like a Joe Flacco thing where it's like you're good for 2 to 3 games, but after that, you just the wear and tear is too much for you? Like Flacco was good at times where we're like, is Flacco the best quarterback
Or
in the league?
Or is he another year removed from surgery? We're going through a surgery rehab downstairs right now. I know
Sure.
time helps, Mike. As far as we get away from surgery, people are feeling better. Give
Yeah.
Cousins another offseason, a healthy offseason. He went to training camp last August. We were talking about Michael Penix right away because Cousins looked so bad dropping back. And so give him a year. Let's see how he looks this August. I think he will start somewhere. I think the Browns are actually a good landing spot for him. The buzz I'm hearing at the NFL
Yeah.
Combine, we have boots on the ground, not
What
me
do you got?
personally, but people we
Yeah,
know,
yeah, of course.
is that number one and number two. The Titans are one, the Browns are at two. Neither one of them want these quarterbacks. Neither one of them want to
Huh?
dabble. And they both have terrible quarterback situations, Will
Yeah.
Levis and Deshaun Watson. So if there was any good quarterbacks out there, you'd think they'd go grab them. They don't like them. It's looking like some defensive guys like your boy Travis Hunter, who plays both sides of
Yeah.
the ball, the edge rusher Abdul Carter. Quarterbacks might fall down, and that might be more reason that the free agent quarterbacks like potentially Stafford or Darnold are better options.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's a weird time. Football's over. We have a long time before the next kickoff. And I was talking with a mutual friend over the weekend. We went to a hockey game. We should do Super Bowl in Vegas. Get a hotel room, get a booth at one of the sports books, watch Super Bowl in Vegas.
We've
It'd be
never
great.
done it. We need
Never.
to. We need
I
to.
know. One time.
We've normalized Vegas, where I think now we need to make Vegas like a special trip, like the Sphere. Me and you went to the Sphere about a year ago.
We
That
did.
was
We did.
awesome. As a
Yeah.
special trip. We need special trips. We can't just go and bounce around casinos anymore
Well, the
because we've
sphere
done
was
that 50
awesome.
times.
U2 was not.
Clarify that.
Yeah. U2. Don't see U2 at the sphere.
No, but if it's someone you like, definitely go see him.
All right. So it is almost March. March is coming, I think, this weekend. We also have the Oscars this weekend.
Oh.
So we are gonna do, and we're gonna do the first ever. This is kind of like, I don't know how to phrase these movies, but we are gonna do a movie bracket draft, and I have them all here. There's a website you can go to that you can vote on all of them. It will be in the description of the show. Vote as many times as you want. Voting ends on Sunday, and
You're
every
not
Sunday.
capping the votes, so someone can stuff the ballot box.
Listen, Jeremy, I had AI build this website in like 2 minutes, and if I wanted to add like a Google Authenticator account, it would have taken too long. So we
Don't tell
have
people
unlimited
how
votes.
much work you put into this.
Yes. So we have a bunch of movies. I will list the movies, and they're all randomly matched up, ranked by AI. This is all done.
And these are
by,
all-time movies, all-time movie
Yeah.
bracket. We're asking people to vote in round one, and then we'll come back next week. We'll go
Yes.
from what, like 16 to 8, and we're going to
Yep.
crown a champion maybe around mid to late March.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep going. So I'm just gonna list them real quick. We don't have to. We can talk about a few if you want. Weird matchups for sure. But we got The Godfather, Jaws, Titanic, Inception, Pulp Fiction, Avengers Endgame, Jurassic Park, The Lion King, Shawshank Redemption, Casablanca, The Dark Knight, Back to the Future, Star Wars and New Hope, Parasite, Forrest Gump, and The Matrix.
Great list, all the classics. My first question to you is,
Yeah.
what is the most recent movie there? Because it feels like we're in a bit of a drought for the all-timers.
I feel like it's got to be Avengers
Parasite?
because we're not talking about Lion King, the remake of the Lion King. We're talking
original.
about the original Lion King.
Cartoon.
So it's got to be Avengers. I think. I would
Parasite
think,
was a
right?
few years ago.
Yeah, or maybe Parasite. Parasite
Just
could be.
not a banner decade for movies. I know Christopher Nolan has come through recently, but we'll see. We'll see what he's making with the Odysseus coming up. We'll see if that makes future lists. What do you think for the matchup? Should we break down some certain matchups, or should you give us kind of your take on some of these?
I mean, listen, so AI put it together. The matchups are interesting, like Godfather versus Jaws. So that's 1 versus 16. I thought that was an interesting one because a
Wow.
lot of people love Jaws. And I, during when Aaron was, after we gave birth and we had the kid, I started binging the Godfather series. I watched every single Godfather series. Really got into
And
it.
does it hold up as a number one seed? Do you agree?
It's when you watch an older movie, the pace is a little different. You have to get adjusted to the pace. So if you're gonna rewatch it, I watched it over the course of a few days, which is also a bad sign.
Yeah.
But it's like a mobster movie. It's just a lot of talking, got a lot of follow things going on. Solid
Dialogue. They were
movie.
big on dialogue back in the day. We came
Big.
around on visual effects. Jaws was one of the first ones, so it's a fun matchup, kind of introduce you to special
Yeah.
effects.
It's a big, yeah. So that's kind of fun. I mean, I might listen. I might edit it too because like Pulp Fiction versus Avengers Endgame. I don't know if people are like holding Avengers Endgame up that high, but I would vote for Pulp Fiction
Pulp
over
Fiction.
Avengers.
Classic.
Just because of like right now too, the dialogue of like Marvel films kind of bad. Like the new one that just came out, people are hating. Hasn't been good for a few years. So yeah. So are you looking at the site right now? Are you looking at it?
I was looking at it earlier. I don't have it pulled up
Yeah.
right now. But tell me the matchup that you're most concerned about. Like you don't know who to vote for.
God, which one would that be? I mean,
What's
you
a
could say like
toss-up?
Jurassic Park versus Lion King could be a tough one because they're both like kind of iconic movies.
They're both like animal kid movies in a way. So that's a crazy one. I like the matchups that are a little bit crazy, like Star Wars versus Parasite. Like
Yeah,
it
I would
doesn't get
just,
more bizarre than
I know.
those two.
I would probably just go Parasite there, but also we're gonna talk. I want to go with. I want to talk about the Oscars. This was our lead into the Oscars.
Okay.
We have this first round is up. Description. The link is in the description here. So just
Okay,
click
so
the
it's there.
link.
So if you want to pause the show right now, you're allowed to
Yes.
vote, but only to vote and then come back and continue listening.
Or you can just keep listening because if you're listening to a podcast, don't have to pause anything. Just keep listening and vote.
point.
Okay.
It's
It's very
2025.
simple. Let me know if there's any errors on the website too. I did build it.
I'm
very
sure there'll be
quickly.
some spelling errors, but that's just normal.
AI wrote everything, so there should be no spelling errors.
Okay.
All right. Oscars are this weekend. Have you seen any Oscar movies, Jeremy?
I might need to hear the list of best
Okay.
picture nominees for you to tell me. I think I've
All
seen
right.
one, Oppenheimer.
You know what? Maybe I'll just pull up.
Barbie?
I'll pull this up
Is
for
that
you.
listed? Is that last year?
Which one?
Barbie? Is that this year?
Bart? No, that was last year. That was last year. Here, I will pull up. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to share my screen with you right now. I just want to share.
Big TV
my-
streaming guy, Mike.
Yeah.
Best movies.
Where is it? Can I find my thing here? All right, so the Oscars are this weekend. Where am I? Sorry, I can't find this screen. Here we
Your
go.
share screen.
Here we go. There, you can see that, right?
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have Best Picture. Honora is the heavy favorite right now, minus 270. And then we have Conclave.
I've seen Conclave, and Mike,
Oh.
it's about to come real again. The Pope is about to die in Rome as we speak, and
Oh,
about
well,
to have
Jesus!
another conclave.
Spoiler alert! I haven't watched the goddamn movie yet.
That's not the movie. That's real life.
I
The
know
real
it, I
Pope
know
is
it.
dying. So spoiler, it's a current event.
And then I've only seen Honora. I have not seen Conclave. By the way, I subscribe to every platform. Conclave free on the Cock. Peacock has it streaming for free right now if you're a
Peacock
subscriber.
is not a free app, Mike.
It's not a free app, but it's free
But
if you
it's there.
subscribe to it.
I always thought, and this never happened. I don't know why. I guess the movie business got in the way of it. Why isn't there one service you can pay for to watch all the Best Picture nominees
know.
for like a 3-week period leading up to the Oscars?
That'd be great.
And then you like don't watch them again, and they go back to where they belong.
You would think they would do that. And then The Brutalist. So I don't know. I have not seen The Brutalist. I heard it is a long grind of a movie. It's almost like 4 hours long. I think
What
it's
is the
three.
Brutalist?
I don't know. It's 3.5 hours long. Conclave, just about the Pope. Doesn't
Conclave is about when a pope dies and they all go to gather to talk about it, but there's a lot of weird twists and turns and backstabbing and drama inside the conclave. You wouldn't expect cardinals to be acting like that, but they're just like us. They're as shady as us.
And Honora, I loved. Sex
What is
worker.
Honora?
Sex worker falls in love with a Russian billionaire. Great movie.
Did you
Solid,
like it
solid
for the
movie. I would.
sex content.
I loved it. It was a great movie. I have not seen Conclave. I've seen Conclave available on Peacock for the last month, and I'm like,
You never
when will I be in the mood to watch a Pope movie?
I think that movie's gonna do numbers when the real pope dies.
So maybe everybody's hoping for him to die sooner so that this movie can pop off.
I'm learning about the Brutalist. First flag, 3 hours, 35 minutes. What are we doing, Hollywood? Please stop with these long ass movies. If your name is Christopher
Yeah,
Nolan, it's still too long. And Christopher
I
Nolan
know.
didn't do the Brutalist. Whoever did, Brady Corbett, dude, you made 3 movies.
The problem is too, it's like it's kind of like, well, do you do part one and part two like they're doing with Mission Impossible, or do you just say fuck it, here's a 4 hour movie?
Yeah,
I
Wicked, the Kevin Costner Horizon, they're all doing part ones and part twos.
I know I hate part ones, part twos.
Oh,
Like I don't like it. Don't do
you
it
want
to
it
me.
all at once.
Give me the 4 hour movie. If I want to binge a 4 hour movie, I will watch it. I don't know if it's good enough. Also, we got acting. Last night we had the Screen Actor Guild Award, which was live on Netflix. I'm a subscriber for everything. Live on Netflix last night. I think Demi Moore won last night, but I think Mikey from Honora won something. I don't know what.
Demi Moore was in The Substance. Do we know anything about that?
Great movie. Great movie. Solid. I would watch. Rent it tonight, Jeremy. Rent it. You
Okay.
and your mom
Yeah.
sit down and watch Substance tonight.
She'll like it too.
It's weird. I mean, you're gonna see a lot of nudity, but a lot of like beautiful people become gross. That's how I would describe the movie.
Okay, maybe not the best with my mom. The White Lotus has been questionable to watch with parents. I'll just mention that through
Did
two
you
episodes.
did you watch last night?
I did, yeah.
What
Don't give
was
people spoilers, but
it
go
wasn't
ahead.
too questionable. I mean, minus like the weird jokes and the brothers that might want to have sex with each other.
That's a weird storyline developing. I really like the 3 women who just talk shit about each other when
Yeah,
the other
that's
one
great.
goes away. That's perfect.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff.
Well,
I
tell
just
us
wanted
tell us your votes. Well, give us who you're voting for Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Actor.
I hate when the odds are already like this. I would have voted Honora weeks ago, but I didn't do it. I thought Honora was great. I don't know who's going to sit down and watch a 4 hour movie. So I feel like a lot of times these movies are really good, but who's going to sit and watch 4 hours of it, right? So I
Yeah,
don't think you're going to do it.
yeah.
So in Conclave, do we really care about the Pope? Like, is that something a
I
lot
think
of
we
people
do.
care?
I don't
Like, do
know.
I?
We'll see.
Do I care about the
We'll see.
Pope? And we'll
Wait,
see.
is
But
is the Pope dying in real life a marketing stunt for the Conclave Oscar
whoa.
chances?
Oh, they probably have to pay them quite a bit of money. I was looking
That's
for
what
the
I was gonna
Oscars
say.
here. I can't find the Oscars on my site. They're just ripping everything, all the fun out of this.
The Oscars, you can't bet on it because it's a soft thing that people know the results to.
No,
It's a
no one
soft
knows.
bet.
It's locked. It's not a soft bet. People
Prince
know.
Waterhouse Cooper, whoever that agency is, they have it.
What else? So the bets. So here are all the best pictures. I got all the nominees, but Honora's leading the list. We have Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part Two, Emily Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. But the three that I mentioned, that's
Wicked's a
top.
Best Picture nominee. That's
Yeah,
very mainstream for the Academy.
it's probably not going to win, but people
They
love the
used to
movie.
never pay attention to any movie like that.
I know, which is weird. It's like if a movie gets the biggest box office, could we not just crown it as the best movie of the year?
Because that's literally what the most people watch.
Yeah,
So it should be what they watch.
I agree. I don't know. It's voted by the public. We've all put in our money, and this is the best movie of the
Like, this
year.
is what we do. When there's something like this, the Oscars, we come in for a week, we become experts, and then we leave.
I
We
know.
let them just do their thing. We'll come back next year and be experts again.
I'm gonna look up which movie made the most money in 2024. I imagine it was Wicked, right?
Well, 2024 was Barbie last year, right?
No. 2024. Inside Out 2,
Was that 23?
1.6 billion. Damn, that made
Really?
it that much
Is that a
money.
kids movie?
Yeah. Deadpool Wolverine 1.3 billion. Mona 2 like just around 1 billion. Despicable Me 4 970 million and Wicked 723 million.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of Inside Out 2.
A lot of kids movies just banking. I guess
Yeah,
parents really don't know what to do with their kids in the winter and they bring them to the movies.
I guess so. Man, all right. Wow, 4 animated movies at the top of the box office
We're not
list.
asking the Academy to start mentioning those. I mean, there's a category for animated movies. There's one, I think
Yeah,
it's before the show starts, so you don't
yeah, I
see
think
it.
so too. Well, I think that's all we got.
No, we got
Check
one
out.
more thing. I wanted to
Oh,
bring this up to you just
yeah.
before we go. One baseball story. The New York Yankees, Mike, over the history of time,
Yeah.
you, Michael Benatar, would never be allowed to join the Yankees because of your facial hair. And it turns out, in the year 2025, they are lifting the facial hair
Thank
ban.
God.
What are your official thoughts?
What a silly rule. Why did we have this? What happened? Why was San Francisco allowed to have guys with beards down to their knees and New York not allowed to have facial hair? Seems weird.
It was the Yankees ownership being a little strange all the way to 2025, which is crazy.
Can I ask you about this new thing there, like shot clock, or basically where it's like a review of if the ball's in or out, like in play. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
like it.
testing it out. You don't like the review.
Jeremy, do we want to slow this slow ass game down even more? Hey, I need a review. Give me a review. Let me step aside for 10 seconds. It's like, we don't need it. I trust this man
Okay,
who sees
okay.
thousands of balls thrown at his face.
Fair thought on the outset. What I would say is baseball first did it in the right order. They sped up the game last year, and now they're implementing this. So they already sped it up by 30 to 40 minutes per average game. So they're
Yeah.
already doing that.
Okay.
Now it's only 2 per game for each team,
Mm-hmm.
and if you lose it, you don't. If you lose your challenge, you lose the ability to challenge again or something like that.
Okay.
And so they're only testing in spring training right now. Mike, we want accuracy. We have human error as a part of every
course.
baseball game happening because humans are making the ball and strike calls. If we can get out of human error and be like tennis and get it right, it's kind of like a tennis review where the person's watching it, but sometimes they still go to the monitor and it's like very quick. The cameras all capture it. There's no video review to like see what happened. The cameras tell you right away whether
I
it's a
know,
ball or strike.
but I feel like sometimes in tennis they don't even like follow it. They're like, well, it was just like not actually touching. Like we couldn't make it clear. I don't like it in baseball. It's already slow enough. Don't integrate it in. It's not going to be fun to have these during the playoffs when people are just like, no, that was definitely not a strike.
Imagine like a crazy moment in the playoffs. Strike 3, game's over, and then
Yeah.
wait, it's a challenge. Wait, the game's not over. Wait, that team actually won. Like Mike, that's dramatic.
I get it, but I just don't think that's what people need in baseball right now. If that's the case, get rid of all the umpires, get rid of everybody on the field.
Correct. Yes, we're going that way. I want to get
Yeah.
rid of all the humans, but they can stay out there and tell me what the computer tells them. This is going to be like how AI takes over all of our lives.
Yeah.
To help make it gentler, have humans deliver the AI messaging to us. It'll be much easier to digest.
So we're not just going to replace them with those like AI robots we've seen in the last
No,
few
I want a
days.
real human to make the strike call, except he doesn't use his brain. He just looks at a little light that told him what to call.
It just doesn't seem like that's something they needed. It's almost like we have the technology. We should use this technology, but we have no use case for it. So we'll just make up some new rule and try to be like the NFL and these other sports that have like reviews of game. I don't like it.
Mike, we have corrupt officials everywhere. Recently, a MLB umpire was fired. I don't think he went to jail, but he was betting on like $700,000 in sports betting, which like you don't even touch that much.
Maybe over the course of my life, I probably will, but I'm not there yet.
I hope you get there. But like we have
Same.
corruption, human corruption in the NFL. Obviously, all the refs have those Chiefs Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah.
Bets all year, the futures bets, and so we see it across all sports. If we can eliminate human error, eliminate human corruption, I think that's a great thing.
I don't love it, but hey, if they're gonna do it, I don't even watch it anyway. So
Well, baseball's a month away.
Can't
of
wait.
spring training, opening
Can't
day.
wait.
Yeah, it's coming.
can't wait. All right, J-Dog, good show. Description for the link of the movie draft. It's in there. The bracket is in there. You can go draft away as many times as you want. Please don't do it more than like 5 times. Okay, leave some room for some people. You might break the whole thing. So
Unless you're a movie expert, then you're allowed to.
yeah, if you're a movie expert. Good show, and subscribe to us on Substack and YouTube. See you.
All right.
We did it.